About 2 million people tuned in to watch the final match of the World Darts Championship between Michael van Gerwen and Michael Smith. Can you believe it? Back in the 2000s, nobody would have thought darts could attract such a huge crowd. So why have darts gotten so popular? It's simple, really. This sport serves up some of the most thrilling, heart-stopping moments you'll ever see.
Michael may miss and Michael may hit. They're both on nines. They're both on a nine. This is insane.
Today, we dive into some of the most unforgettable scenes from the PDC tournaments that have made the crowd go absolutely wild. Number 15. Price's quarter-final defeat. It's rare to see a player score a perfect leg in a big tournament. However, Gerwyn Price managed to pull off this incredible feat as he hit his first televised 9-darter and became the third player in the tournament to do so, setting a new World Championship record.
Was hitting 9-darters, and he might have another one here, double 12! Gerwyn Price is perfect once again!
However, despite his precision, that didn't faze his opponent, Michael Smith. Smith held his nerve, fighting back and winning the next 2 legs, tying the match at 2 sets apiece. And the drama didn't stop there. In some intense back and forth where the lead changed hands several times, Smith managed to edge out Price, winning the match 5-4. It was an epic battle that kept fans on the edge of their seats until the last dart was thrown. Number 14. Heartbreak for Darius Labanauskas. Darius Labanauskas was on the fast track to victory in his 2022 World Darts Championship match when he hit a 9-darter in the first set. His perfect score was only the 13th time someone had done that in the entire history of the World Championship. And this was right after William Borland nailed a 9-darter 24 hours earlier. Talk about some intense darts action. But here's the kicker. Despite the initial display of precision and skill, he ended up losing the match. Before fizzling out, Labanauskas' darts seemed as though they were laser-guided, throwing some outstanding scores: 174, 180, and 147 to take the first set. But then things went downhill. His opponent, Mike De Decker, fought back hard and won the next 3 sets, sending Labanauskas packing. Number 13. MVG hits 17 perfect darts. Back in December 2012, the future Hall of Famer Michael van Gerwen was a heartbeat away from creating history by being the first player to pull off back-to-back 9-darters. Hitting a single 9-darter is difficult enough as it is, like trying to thread a needle blindfolded while riding a unicycle. As you can imagine, the spectators were already losing their minds after he nailed the previous leg. But he wasn't done there. His next 2 darts hit treble 20 and treble 19, bringing a thunderous roar from the crowd as they sensed they were on the verge of witnessing something truly remarkable. And then, bam! His final dart narrowly missed the double 12. It was a heartbreaking moment for the multiple-time world champion, but for those lucky souls at the Ali Pali that day, it was an unforgettable experience. 17 perfect darts in a row. Number 12. Rob Cross shocks the world. In 2017, Rob Cross surprised everyone when he burst onto the darts scene. He previously worked as an electrician before turning pro, but once he made the leap, he put the whole competition on notice. In his first season, he shocked everyone, winning 4 Players' Championships, an impressive feat for a rookie. But the craziest chapter came at the end of the season. In the final match of the biggest tournament on the PDC calendar, Cross faced off against Phil Taylor, the undisputed GOAT in the darts world. And guess what? Cross didn't just win, he wiped the floor with Taylor, beating him 7-2.
And Rob Cross, an unknown amateur, little more than a year ago.
It was a huge surprise nobody saw coming. In just 1 year, Rob Cross went from humble Sparky to a darting superstar. Number 11. Lucky number 9 for Borland. In 2022, William Borland made quite a splash in his first ever appearance at the PDC World Championship. He pulled off something incredible by hitting a perfect 9-dart finish in the deciding leg to edge out Bradley Brooks. This was a historic moment, as it was the first time a perfect leg had decided a PDC televised match. What was even more special was that it happened at the Alexandra Palace, the spiritual home of professional darts. This amazing achievement marks the 12th time in championship history that a player had thrown a perfect leg. It also coincided with the player who nailed the first ever 9-darter way back in 1990, Paul Lim, taking the stage at the age of 67 to become the oldest competitor in this tournament's history. A double dose of history-making in one night. Number 10. Wade falls to bunting. James Wade's performance in the 2021 PDC World Championship started with a bang when he hit the first 9-darter in 5 years. What was interesting though was Wade's reaction. You'd expect fireworks, cheers and high fives, right? Nope. Wade kept it cool. He just gave bunting a fist bump and got on with the game. Wade's 9-darter didn't really change the game for him though. He struggled throughout the match and ended up with an underwhelming average of 87.94. A tough break for Wade, but at least he left his mark on the championship by breaking the 5-year 9-dart trend.
12 for James Wade. Yes! There it is!
Number 9. Phil Taylor vs Raymond van Barneveld. Many regard this match as the best final in the PDC World Championship history. It all went down at the Circus Tavern in Essex in 2007. It was to be the last time they would host the event, and what a spectacular ending to such a rich chapter in the sport's history. Barney was on fire that year. It was his first season in the PDC after he clinched the BDO World Championship the previous year. What made it more impressive was that he won all his matches in the lead up to the final without dropping a single leg. His opponent, Phil the Power Taylor, was already an undisputed legend of the game. He had made every PDC World Championship final before this one. It looked like this match would be no different as he took a commanding 3-0 lead. But Van Barneveld didn't crack. He fought back during the sudden death final leg, snatching the win 7-6. Barney proved he wasn't the new kid on the block anymore. He was there to make his mark in the world of professional darts. Number 8. Taylor claims 16th world title. In 2013, Taylor pulled off an impressive win at the World Championship, nabbing his 16th world title. It was a nail-biting final match against Van Gerwen, with both players smashing records, scoring over 100 points on average. Many believed Van Gerwen would take the trophy, but Taylor surprised everyone by coming out on top. Van Gerwen had a strong start, leading 2-0 initially, and then going 4-2 up in the back half of the match. But Taylor turned the tables, winning 5 sets in a row to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. It wasn't an easy win, with Van Gerwen being the top-ranked player at the time, but proving his critics wrong made the victory even sweeter for Taylor. Number 7. Luke Littler vs Luke Humphries. It was a showdown of the Lukes, one a fresh-faced teenager, the other a seasoned darts competitor. The 16-year-old sensation, Luke Littler, squared off against Luke Humphries on the biggest stage of them all, the 2024 PDC World Championship Final. Littler, who already held the title of World Youth Champion, had his sights set on making history as the youngest ever world champion. He started strong, leading Humphries 4-2 at one stage, but Humphries wasn't ready to let the young gun steal his thunder. He clawed his way back into the game with grit and determination, turning the tables on Littler. Ultimately, Humphries emerged victorious with a 7-4 win, claiming the World Championship title for the first time in his career. The clash between the old guard and the young blood, and Humphries' never-say-die attitude, had everyone on the edge of their seats. This final was nothing short of a rollercoaster ride, sending shivers down the spines of darts fans everywhere. Number 6. Jaws' jab inspires comeback. Every so often, we see players letting off steam during their matches, some in more passionate ways than others. In 2011, Colin Lloyd couldn't hold back during a match against Andre Welger at the World Championships. The tournament didn't start well for Jaws. He was visibly upset when Welger mowed down his strong lead. Shortly after, during the 5th set, after throwing 3 very mediocre shots, Lloyd lost it. He punched the board as he went to pick up his darts.
It's a great comeback by Velga, but it's been a disappearing act for Colin Lloyd, hasn't it? Well, I tell you what. Well, Lloyd is in danger of absolutely imploding up there.
Lloyd later admitted it was a stupid move and knew he might face consequences from the Darts Regulation Authority. People even wrote to him saying he had set a bad example for the younger fans. Others, however, thought it made things more interesting. Funnily enough, Lloyd managed to beat Welga and move to the next round despite his outburst. But luck wasn't on his side for long though. He lost his next match to Mark Hylton 4-2. Number 5. A leg to remember. In 2021, Dave Chisnall faced Michael van Gerwen. The leg in question was almost like something out of a movie and definitely one for the history books. Chisnall was on fire. He managed to throw 3 bullseyes in a row, getting closer and closer to that magical 9-dart finish. Needing only 1 more dart to hit its target, he subsequently missed the double 12 by a hair. In an unexpected twist, seeing Chisnall's near miss, van Gerwen decided to up the ante. He was behind and needed a big score to catch up. In true MVG style, he nailed a much-needed 9-darter, leaving himself a chance to win the round. Despite van Gerwen's heroics, he fell short and lost the round. Even though Chisnall went on to win 5-0, moments like these leave an indelible mark on the game's history. Number 4. Anderson's 3-dart kamikaze. Even the best players sometimes have the worst luck, and Gary Anderson proved that during his 2013 finals match against Taylor. When the score was tied at 4 sets each, Anderson had a promising chance to score a maximum with his first 2 darts sitting proudly in the treble 20. However, when he launched his 3rd dart, it bounced off the board, collecting the other 2 darts on its way, sending all 3 clattering onto the oche below, leaving him with a big fat 0 on the scoreboard.
We have a level match, and it's sometime, well, it feels right, doesn't it?
Well, I've seen it all now.
Surprisingly though, this slip-up didn't change the final outcome. Anderson went on to win the match 7-6 and claim his first world title. Number 3. Lewis's 2011 World Championship Final. In the 2011 PDC World Darts Championship Final, Adrian Lewis, known for his sharp scoring and clutch finishes, battled it out against Gary Anderson, an elite competitor in his own right. The atmosphere was tense in front of a vocal crowd as both players aimed for the coveted world title. Lewis showed remarkable composure throughout the match, hitting crucial shots when it mattered most. One unforgettable moment was when he hit a 9-darter in the 3rd leg. Lewis's flawless combination of throws left the crowd stunned. As the match progressed, tension mounted as both players fought tooth and nail. However, Lewis maintained his cool, ultimately clinching a 7-5 victory over Anderson and securing his first world title. It was a dramatic and historic win that will be remembered in the annals of darts history. Number 2. Phil Taylor's 2002 9-darter. Something incredible happened in 2002 at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, England, during the World Matchplay quarter-finals. Phil Taylor, already one of the biggest names in darts, was facing off against Chris Mason. With precision and focus, Taylor stepped to the oche and started the leg with an amazing streak, 2 maximums back-to-back. The crowd held its breath as Taylor nailed triple 20, triple 19, and finally double 12 to complete a perfect 9-dart finish. The roof came off the Winter Gardens as the crowd went absolutely mental, applauding a historic moment of darting excellence that will be remembered and replayed for years to come. This wasn't Taylor's first 9-darter, but it was the first ever shown on TV during the World Matchplay. His flawless performance cemented his legacy as a darting legend, earning him praise and a hefty £100,000 prize. Number 1. Michael Smith's epic 2023 victory. In 2023, Michael Smith pulled off an incredible win against Michael van Gerwen. It was a nail-biter because both players were on the brink of hitting a 9-darter. Van Gerwen went agonisingly close to pulling it off, but narrowly missed his final shot at the double 12. Smith made no such mistake, nailing all 9 shots and snatching the win. Sky Sports commentator and darting legend Wayne Mardle couldn't contain his excitement, and his commentary became a highlight in its own right.